Oh, we'll do a cold start. YouTube loves cold starts with diesels. I think it's kind of silly and stupid, personally. But we'll do a cold start. I'll play the game. Righty, YouTube. She's back. Look at this fine specimen of a dirt hauling, material hauling hot rod. Expensive hot rod. I figured what I will do also in a secondary video to this, we're going to do a cost analysis on whether it's better to buy a new or used dump truck. And I'll talk about my strategy with this thing and part of the reason why I decided to put some money into it and get it good. But look at these tires. I mean, it's like an inch worth of tread right there. Hell yeah. Trailer's all set up. She is good to go. We'll do a cold start. YouTube loves cold starts with diesels. I think it's kind of silly and stupid, personally. But we'll do a cold start. I'll play the game. Go over it first. The only reason why I'm going to do a cold start, though, well, not the only reason. One, because I'll show you guys, but two, because it's got 5W30 in it. I would not do a cold start in this thing if it didn't have 5W30. I'm sorry, not 530, 540. But we'll do it with the 530. So, here we go. The list of stuff that it was done to it. We got some new hoses right there. Got a new seal on the steering pump right there. We got new wiring in here. This was done in the summer. This was prior to what else was done. This was new. I don't know what that is, but that's new. High pressure oil pump, new. That was in September. What else? Windshield wiper motor, that was in September. We got a new radiator in there, a new fan, compliments of Drew. Then the most recent trip, that was all prior. The most recent was a whole new set of injectors. Got brand new wiring harness that goes to the injectors. I think that's what that's for. We got brand new AC condenser. Condenser pump. All new pulleys, the whole new AC system. So she is gonna be cold and nice for the summer. We have the new condenser. Sorry, that's the compressor over there. This is the condenser. New hoses, the dryer, everything going into there. So, like, you know how awesome it's going to be to have an air conditioning system in a dump truck? I've literally been doing this for, like, I don't know, 12 or 14 years. Still have never had a dump truck with an air conditioning system in it. So that's pretty kick-ass. We got brand new steer tires, Goodyears, so those are in good shape. New fuel tanks. So we went with these aluminum. I didn't know they were aluminum, honestly, when I got them. But 4 state trucks had these aluminum fuel tanks. This one, the old one, the steel one, was getting bad. It was rusting through under the strap. So I thought, we're doing one, we might as well do the other one. Cleaned up, there was some clogged vents in the fuel tanks as well. So those are fixed up. But these are aluminum. They're a little thin. So hopefully they don't break. I guess we'll find out if they do. I don't know if he put a new sending unit in this or not. I don't think he did. But we got new fuel tanks, new straps to go along with said fuel tanks. A new muffler, because the old muffler had a leak in it, a hole in it. And you can't have that to be DOT approved, so we got a new muffler on there. New tires on this side as well. Just these two are new. There's the old ones, but they're still in good shape. The other thing, we need to get a new spring because the spring was broken. So that is all fine and dandy. Other than that, she checked out pretty darn good. Now I went, it's not technically a proper, fair cold start because I went and picked it up at, when did I go pick it up? Like 6 o'clock this morning or something? 6:30? So, you know, I guess it's not a 24-hour, it's been out all night cold start. So sorry to disappoint you, YouTube, but watch this. It's going to start. Watch it not start. That'd be funny. Like that. Go International. Good old Huey injection system. But literally it started that same way this morning. And it had been sitting for probably a good week, maybe more than a week, because yeah, she was sitting for a while. The trailer, I haven't shown you guys the trailer yet, have I? So the trailer I bought from the guy I used to work for, actually. It is a Trail King 25-ton rated capacity tag trailer. Tri-axle. I believe that's 25,000 pound axles, or no, probably 22,000 pound rated axles. I bought it from him and then had it repainted. Had it painted orange just because I think orange is cool. Had him put a new deck on it. And so the trailer's in really good shape. Oh, I had him add D-rings throughout. I don't know why those ones sit there. But anyways, I had him add D-rings to fill in, basically doubled the D-rings on each side, because when we put everything on the trailer, you need more tie downs. So there's that. What else? That's the trailer. Oh, we put a new pintle hook on the trailer, so that's in good shape. Everything is really just in fine and dandy shape. I want to go inside in the truck where it's warm, or at least warmer, but it really runs so much better now, so much better. Whew. Looks nice out today, the sun's good, but I'll just tell you what I just wing this. I'm not going to do anything like fancy writing numbers down, but I just tell you. So, I bought this truck for $32,000, I believe. It's 32 grand. The first year it was great. I think I put 2 new tires on it, 2 new drives the first year maybe. Yeah, I think that was it. So $32,000 for the first year. The second year, which was 2018, that is when, put this right here. The second year, which is 2018, that's when all the other expenses and everything came about. And I don't have the bill yet for what they did for all this stuff, but it's probably going to be around, I'd hope it to be like 10 grand, but I'm hoping it's not much more over 12. So then on top of that bill, let's just call it 12, I put an additional, gosh, it was like, I think the tires and everything was 15 into it. That's just crazy. I mean, that's crazy. let's call it 15, let's just call it 25,000 the second year that I put into this truck. Okay. So I'm just sharing this information with you guys to sort of spell out, is it worth getting a used dump truck, or is it worth buying a brand new one, or a slightly used one? But the thing with the slightly used, we'll get into that in a little bit. So 25,000 plus 32,000 is 58,000. Let's just round it up for easy math to 60,000. Okay, so 60,000 bucks over 2 years, right? 60,000 divided by, we're gonna go 24 months. So that's $2,500 per month for said dump truck. Okay. So let's say that depending on your interest rate, you know, if you're totaling like $2,500 a month, by the time you add on interest to that, you're probably going to be like $2,000 a month if you're at like a 4%, 5% interest. It's a hawk over there. So $2,000 a month is going to go towards your principal on a truck. There are another $500, and these are rough numbers, just follow along with me here. So 2,000 times, let's say you get a loan on a brand new dump truck, and we're going to go an equivalent dump truck to this. So on equivalent dump truck to this today, this is a 300 horse tandem axle dump truck. You're going to be around a 350, 370 horse Pete, Kenworth, Western Star, all that. And I've had all three of those trucks quoted. I've had one officially quoted to me, the Kenworth was quoted, but the other, the Western Star are very close, and the International is really close. Bottom line is, they're all $150,000 truck with a 350 horse, 370, 350 horse engine and a tandem axle assembly. So let's take this for a minute. So let's say you get a 6-year loan, which is 72 months times 72. Look at that, $144,000 about pays for your dump truck, and that's just principal only. Okay, so that's it. Like, obviously if you're going to take a loan out, you're going to pay interest on it. So the interest, 500 times 72, 72 months, you're paying $36,000 roughly in interest. I'm not your financial advisor. So 36,000 plus 144, 180 grand over 6 years. I mean, it's going to be $2,500 a month. Yeah, it's still $2,500 a month for a dump truck. Now, you can really argue this a bunch of different ways. I'm not saying one way or another is right or the other way is wrong, but the way I look at it is this, is if I were going to start over, I don't know that I'd still buy a new one. I might buy one that starts off between like 60 to 100 grand for a used one. But the thing is, and I went down to, where'd I go? Virginia, J&J Truck Sales and Atkinson Truck Sales. They got a ton of trucks down there. But all their trucks, they've got like anything from next to new with like 60, 70,000 miles on it, all the way up to, you know, million-mile trucks that have been rebuilt. And my thought is that a lot of them still needed tires. You know, there was, each one of those trucks could use $5,000 worth of something to get it like to be like cherry shaped, you know. So a used truck, even with low miles, is still going to need something. And so it's like, why get a new one, or why get a nicer used one? Yeah, they're nicer, more powerful, this, that, or the other, but like that, and they're still $100 to $140,000 for a nice used one. Now, granted, those are higher horsepower, bigger liter engines, and generally a tri-axle. But they had down there. But you can't find, it's really hard to find a lighter, older tandem like this, or even like new Kenworth or Pete. I mean, they're out there, but they're not nearly as prevalent for a used truck as far as a triaxle or just a bigger, higher horsepower engine truck. So I didn't really, and I still don't see the benefit into buying a newer used truck with, you know, like I said, 150 to 200,000 miles on it. And then by the time they get 400,000 miles and the price gets down to like 70, 60 grand, 400,000 miles seems to be a pretty average number of mileage where a truck engine needs to get rebuilt or transmission or some major overhaul like that. So I just can't see the value or the benefit into buying a newer used truck. Okay. And then after thinking about it with this one, I'm sort of like, what kind of sealed the deal for me to put some money into this thing is the last job that I used it on in December. I was hauling some sand, but I had to back it into this really tight spot between some really big pine trees, and then there was this branch on the pine tree that just kept hitting the mirror every single time you go in. Like, it hits the mirror. Oh, they even, I think they replaced that mirror too. Man, they do nice work there at that mechanic shop. Huh. It's brand new. And he's got the heated mirrors working. No kidding. Yeah, it's going to be more expensive than I thought. Check this out. Ha! Heated mirrors work. Or maybe I just have one heated mirror. That's pretty cool. Anyways, it's back in this truck in there, and it was just like every single time the tree branch like whacked up against the side of that. And I'm like, man, I hate to have a brand new truck. I'm like, I wouldn't, you'd have to get out and cut the branch, which obviously that's a solution to it, you know. But I mean, half of the jobs we take this thing on, it's like back into the woods, like tree branches all over it and everything. So long term, I'm like, you know what, this truck has reasonably low miles on it. It's only got 260,000 miles, which is pretty low for a dump truck, and even pretty low for, you know, this engine. And it's average for this engine. But anyways, I was like, if I put money into this truck and get it like next to new, which basically it's next to new. I mean, we got a stereo in it now, the AC works. I mean, everything works on this thing now, which is just, it's pretty awesome. This truck will be a really good, should have another really good 5 years out of this truck. And the plan is get those good 5 years out of it, but then possibly this year or next year, we'll see. I'd like to do it soon this year. We'll see on a couple, how this year pans out. I'll know a lot more on some projects this month, or hopefully this week. Order a brand new truck, and I will probably go pretty much 100% set on a Kenworth T88. I just like Kenworth, kind of like Chevy, GMC, Ford, Dodge, Ram, all that stuff. I just like Kenworth. I think Pete's a great truck. I think Western Star's a really good truck. Internationals are okay. The international dealer in Grand Rapids, sorry, you guys kind of blew it. So if you guys watch it, you blew that. But Kenworth up here, so far, Kenworth was my favorite anyways, but then the Kenworth dealer here has already blown it out of the park as far as customer service goes. So there's just huge wins right there. But I may go either a tandem setup, basically just like this, maybe a little bit longer box, like this is a 14-foot box, get like a 16-foot box, but get like a 565 horse engine in it with an automatic transmission and set it up to pull a pup. That way you can move a lot of material weight-wise all at the same time, you know, with that. Sort of keep that truck as like the material provider, and keep this one as, I already call it the war wagon, but keep this one as the war wagon. So then, like, that's why I decided to keep this one, basically, and put money into it. So you put money into it, you hope, fingers crossed, you know, that it's going to provide a good couple more years of reasonably low maintenance on it. I mean, I fixed a lot, had a lot of stuff fixed on this thing, so it should be good. But you can see just by doing the numbers or what I shared with you though, that the cost of an old truck versus the cost of a new truck is pretty much the same. Okay, so granted I took 1 year, you know, hopefully this year I'll have nothing. So this truck will be just a huge profit moneymaker this year. We hope, fingers crossed, right? Hopefully there won't be any, yeah, hopefully she just does good this year. But that's the basics on the numbers, people. That's my thought moving forward with what I'm going to do. We'll either do, like I said, a tandem setup just like this, a little bit longer, or maybe I didn't say it, or I'll do a quad axle and set that thing up to pull a pup as well. The only challenge with a quad axle, it's just kind of it's a lot more money. I mean, it's not a lot more in comparison, but quad up here you can really only legally haul about 18 ton in it. Where a tandem, you can legally haul. If I had a Kenworth tandem set up, I could legally haul probably 13 ton, and that's what I can haul on this thing. So you get about 5 more ton with a quad. Tri-axle, you can really only haul about another ton and a half. Now I know, you know, yeah, 100 trips per year, per month, or whatever you look it up, it's an extra, you know, 150 ton that you haul. So I can see how that does add up, but in my mind, for as far as versatility, turning around, backing into locations, you cannot beat a tandem for. But you can also get your quad set up so you've got a drop in the front, in front of the drives, and a drop behind the drives, which is how I have it set up. So that's my thought. Let me know what you guys think. I always like to hear your thoughts and opinions on that whole thing. Hopefully we're good to go. Hopefully this year, good old Dumpy here is set to go in good shape, and we'll make a good year out of it. So stay tuned. I appreciate you guys watching. Like, subscribe, hit that subscribe button, and yeah, talk to y'all soon. See ya.